మిత్రులారా, బంధువులారా, వనక్కము స్వాగతము. వెల్కమ్ టు సౌత్ ఏషియా మ్యాప్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఛానల్. యువర్ presenter డాక్టర్ జె రెడ్డి, జేటి రెడ్డి, జొగ్గారి తిరుపతి రెడ్డి. Mitrunam, I have opened a new playlist education channel in our education channel for you. We will discuss about the one of the ancient nation of Persia or Iran. In the beginning, in the first part, we'll be talking about 28 geographic regions, physiographic regions of Persia, Iran. I have discerned around about 28 or so regions, and first four parts A, B, C, D. I will give you a bird's overview of the physiographic regions and geographic regions of Iran, Persia, and later we will take up each of these regions extensively. So these are some of the initial presentations I will be posting, and I will add the rest of them very soon. We are in, it should be 28, I will correct it later. 28 geographic or physiographic regions of Persia. We are in part A. All these presentations, Mitranam, you can find at South Asia Maps Reddy. There are more than 800 or so presentations I posted 2025 June middle, and I have partitioned them into 70 or so playlists. You can pick and choose your interest. Why should we look at the physiographic regions compared to physiographic maps compared to the standard administrative maps or political maps? Here you see the Persia, Iran, Pahlavi, Iran, round about 1940s. You can see the two-dimensional provinces of Persia. If you look here, the same map, you will get a different perspective. So the mountains, the Zagros, Alborz mountains, and Kavir Desert, Lut Desert, and Persian Gulf, and Sindhu Sagar, that is the Arabian Ocean, and Caspian Sea, and so on. By looking at this, you will get a deeper understanding of the history, culture, society of a particular habitat and region. Nobel laureate, one of the greatest writer of English language, V.S. Naipaul, wrote very two fascinating books, 1981, 1988, Among the Believers, Beyond the Belief, and India's greatest thinker, Mahayogi Sri Ram Swarup, has reviewed those books and talked about what the Persia has undergone after Islamic conquest or Muslim conquest onslaught in 1640. It never recovered from that. An attempt by the Shah Pahlavi dynasty to overcome that was not successful, and we'll talk about that in great detail about the Persia, Iran, and one of the great ancient nations, Islamized and Arabized today. I have we'll be talking about all the 28 or so physiographic regions, geographic regions here. I am showing you this map for your clarity so that you will have all these 24, 28 regions, physiographic regions that will be discussed at one place, and these are these are posted this list. You can just stop here and peruse those 28 physiographic regions, geographic regions of Persia, and I will take an overview of these in four parts A, B, C, D. We are in part A now, and rest individually all these 28 are so plus additional topics in detail, and we will be talking about that. Excuse me. The nation of Iran, modern Persia with borders has around about 85 or so million people, 2025, occupying 1.6 million square kilometers. That is exactly half of the area of post-reactive Bharat. That gives around about 52 people per square kilometers, an average. So I will read and go over them, and I will show you different maps so that you will get a clarity. In this part, we'll be talking about Hari Rud River or Hari River. The term Rud is generally means a uh, river in Persian language, Parsi language. Harirud River and Harirud River basin. Here is a border between the Afghanistan and Iran. I will be using the terms Iran and Persia. Is only parts Persia used to be a small region of medieval Persia, but we will be Iran will be using those terms together. Then the northern part is the Koppeh Mountains. These are the mountains that are the border between Turanian region, that is Turkestan, that is the Turkmen Republic today, and these are the Koppeh Mountains. Then these are the Alborz Mountains circling the Caspian Sea is actually the inland, a lake or a salt lake or Caspian Sea. Southern part is Alborz Mountains. They get different names in the different regions. In the central and eastern part, they are called Aladeg Mountains. Again, the word Deg means the mountain. Koppedeg, Aladeg. Remember, there can be a different pronunciations and different spellings. So I have written only certain forms here, so you keep in mind. So this is the Aladeg Mountain, and we'll have a further, eastern part, these mountains are called Biralad Mountains. Biralad Mountains are Biralad Mountains, and these mountains are the southern part of the Mashhad Valley, that is the Kashaf River. So, next goes to the Mashhad town, one of the very prominent cities, historic Greater Khorasan area. This is the area of Khorasan area, Mashhad, the town, and it is in the basin, Mashhad basin, a river called Kashaf Rud River that flows here. This is the Kashaf Rud that joins the Hari River or Hari Rud River coming from Afghania, that is Durrania, that is from the Hindu Kush mountain regions. Mashhad basin and Kashaf Rud River basin, and there is also other tributaries south of these mountains here. Birlad Mountains, that is the Jamrud. There is also a town. I will show you in the other map. Then the other is the Atrek River. Atrek River is the border, northern border between Iran and the Turkmenistan region, and that is the Atrek River and its tributary Sumbar River. There is also other river that cuts through the Kopedeg mountain, that is the Gorgan River. This is the Gorgan River here, south of Atrek River. This is the Caspian Sea. This is the historic Gilan Mazandran and Gorgan region, Gulistan region or Golestan region, historic uh, Hyrcanian province or Tabaristan, Esterabad, that region. So further south, these are eastern ranges, these are the central ranges, these are the western Iranian ranges. We'll explore them further. And here the Kogar ranges, this is the Kogar ranges are the Kogar ranges here, they are the near Sabjawar town, the Kogar ranges. Ko means mountains, Rud means river, Deg is also means mountains north of Sabjawar. And further, near the town called north of Kashmir town and Turbat Haidara town, Haidariya town, that's the gap or gorge or parts. There are mountain ranges that are called Kosurk Mountains and Ko Bakliaj Mountains. Kosurk Mountains, Ko Bakliaj Mountains. This is the historic Khorasan region. Now we have a central region, Mashhad province, that is the Rajavi Khorasan province, northern Khorasan province, southern Khorasan province is called Bidjant. There is the the prominent urban center. Here there are series of mountains in this region, southern part of Quran, that is the Birjand mountain ranges. Further south, touching the this region, that is the province called Kerman province. There's the Palangan ranges. This is the Baluchistan and Sistan. This is the Sistan basin in Afghania, and there is the Pir Shuran ranges. So these are the some of the ranges in the first part we'll be talking about, and I will uh, take you to the map and point them out so that it will be very clear to you. Harirud river comes from, this is the Peloponnesus Mountains or Safedko Mountains that goes there, forms the border between Iran and Afghanistan, then Iran and Turkmenistan. It joins the Never Tezen here, somewhere here, is internal endoric basin, internal basin. That is the Harirud River coming from the Hindu Kush mountain ranges. Then we talk about the Koppeh Mountains. These are the Koppeh Mountains. This is the Koppeh Mountains. This is the Koppeh Mountains. Border between Iran and Turanian area, that is today Turkmenistan, that is the Koppeh mountain ranges. Then this is the Alborz mountain ranges or Alborz mountain ranges. East, this is the central part, and they come from the a country called Azerbaijan, that is the northern Azerbaijan, north of Iranian Azerbaijan region, and Tilash regions, and so on, mountains there. We'll be talking about that later. This part is the Aladeg mountains. This is the Aladeg mountains here. You can say roughly this, the Mashhad city will be somewhere here, and that is the Aladeg mountains, Aladeg, and further eastern part, the Arc. So these are the Biralud mountains, right? And there is mountains called Shia, Kuani, and so on. So these are the number 3. And this is the Mashhad, very prominent river and river basin. This comes here like this Mashhad. It joins the Harirud river. There is also other river called Jamrud near a town called Jam, and this also joins the Harirud river or Hari river. Then on the western side of Gorgan, there is Atrek river. There is an Atrek river. That's also a border between this the Atrek river. It comes from this Koppeh mountains, forms. Let me take other color. This the Atrek river comes there. It's the border between. So joins the inland lake, that is the Caspian Sea. It gets a branch called Sumbar in the Atrek Sumbar, S-U-M-B-U-R, Sumbar. Sumbar River. That comes from Sumbar River there. There is another river called Gorgon River. That is the Gulistan province, historic Tabaristan region that comes and joins the river. So we got the 5 A and B. 5A and 5B. So we identified them. So the mountains called this the Subjawar town here. The Subjawar mount near north of that, there are mountains called Kogar ranges. You can see the Kogar ranges. This is the Subjawar. This is the Kogar ranges. That is 6. There is a town called Kashmir, and also northern part there is a town called Torbet Hyderia. That is a gap from Mashhad to Burjand, and there is a major roadway goes there. That mountains is called a series of mountains, Surk and Bakliyaj mountains, north of Kashmir town, and the Toyabad and Rostar and Torbat Hyderia. These are the mountains. That is the 7. The historic Khorasan region, the northern part is Bojrud and the central part is that is the major remnant is the Mashhad region and Nishapur and Tush, and southern part is the that is the Bijan is the prominent town. There are the mountains around that area, the Bijan. This is the Bijan, the town. These are all eastern Iranian ranges. These are central Iranian ranges. These are western Iranian ranges that are Zagros mountains. And further south, there is a Balochistan province here, Jehedan, and there is also Balochistan region in British India, Balochistan. This basin is called Sistan. So the Balochistan region predominantly in British India at that time and part of Persia, Iran, and also small part in Afghanistan. So in Pakistan part today, that is the uh, close border, and in the Iranian part, the city is called Jehedan. North of Jehedan, there is the mountains are called this the Palangan mountains, and there are also Pir Shuran mountains here, and that is the eight Palangan and Pir Shuran mountains there. So we identified them, and we can go and look them in the map here. So if you look at this, so overall this entire mountain range coming from Atlantic Ocean to Pacific Ocean, they are called a series of Alpine mountain chain. You have the Atlas here, Alps here, and here in the Anatolian region, Anatolian mountains, Taurus and Pontus. In the Caucasus mountains, this is the Alborz mountains, Zagros mountains, Himalayas, Hindu Kush, and Pamir and Arkan Yoma. They go until Sumatra and Java. This part, this is the Alpine chain. We are talking about the Persian part of this Alpine chain. So what did we discuss today is some of the geographic regions of Persia. So the red line is the railway track, the historic trans-Iranian railway line. This is the Nishapur, this is the Mashhad. You remember the Mashhad here. This is the Koppeh mountains. This is the Mervi historic town, historic Khorasan. This is the I always forget its name. Tezen. I have to, as I'm getting older, my memory fades. Yeah, this is the Tejan. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So this is the Koppeh mountains. You can see the Turania, Turkmenistan, Koppeh mountains. This is the Biralud mountains, Aladag mountains. This is the Alborz mountains. Eastern part is the arc like that. So this is the Mashhad town. That is means the Kashaf river valley, and this is the Jamrud river valley here. This is the, and here you can see the Atrek river here and Gorgon river here. Atrek river here, that's the Gorgon river, you can see Atrek river here, and Koppeh, Alladeg, and you can see here the mountains, the Kogar mountains near Sabjavar. So this is the Sabjavar town, this is the Kogar mountains, and north of Kashmir and Hedariya Gap, there are mountains called Bakliyaj and Koshurk. Bakliyaj, Koshurk, and this is the Dast Kavir, inland Salt Lake Desert Basin region, Dast Lut Emptiness region. This is the Bijand town, historic. So this is the Bijand mountains. So the Sistan Basin here, this is the Helmand River, Farah River is not visible. So these are the Palangan, these are the Pir Shura. Next we'll continue Makran ranges and Baraz ranges and Basman ranges in other parts. We'll continue in the other presentations. And you can see is the flood map. You won't see all of them. This is the Koppeh, this is the Alladeg Birlud, and there's the mountains near Sabjavar, mountains north of Kashmir. These are the near Birjan mountain ranges, and Palangan and Pirshuran mountain ranges. And this is the Jehedan, and this is the Sistan and Balochistan regions. And I will show you that Pir Suran Mountains. Yeah, Pir Suran Mountains here. That is south of Jehadan, the regional major center of Iranian Balochistan, and so this is the gap, Terbat Haidariya gap. Those are the mountains in that Kashmir, Terbat Haidariya, Balkarez mountains. In Sabjavash, there is the mountain range there we talked about. And this is the river we talk about, the Jamrud river. Rud is a river that is a tributary, left tributary of uh, Hari River. That is the Harirud River. You can see the from here at Harirud River goes and finally forms the border and goes to Sarkas and Tejen and those regions. So in essence, we covered today broadly about the first part, the major geographic, physiographic regions of the fascinating the Persian region, and we'll continue the next presentation in the part B, Mitrana, that is the other round about 8 or 9 or so further physiographic geographic regions of Persia. Thank you very much joining me today. If you have any questions, or you can post, and see you later, Mitranam, in other presentation. Your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy, J. Tirupati Reddy.